Welcome back, YouTube. The name is GetGudMillhouse. You already know. Anyway, for this video for the storyboarding for all mentorship, my mentor Claire is gonna give us some tips and tricks on how to illustrate our characters when it comes to storyboarding. It doesn't have to be clean; it just got to be able to read. And I think the information that she bestowed to me is will be great for everyone else to also understand and know too when it comes to storyboarding, or even if you want to apply for this type of position and to work. This is exactly what they are looking for when it comes to storyboards. Hope you guys like this video. Give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, let's start.
Yeah, like it feels like I like how nice and loose your drawings are here. And go over a little bit to the left. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it has precision. You've got like all the elements there. And now I think it's just a matter of like relating the parts to each other because you have them in the right place, right? Hands and face. So the hook. So like instead of doing, okay, well, he's gonna be over, and so like, okay, here's his torso and like here's his neck. So his arm is kind of going back here and it's coming out here. And then at the arm, like I'm gonna end of the arm, and I'm gonna put the hook. And if you're thinking like that, if you're thinking of like where the shoulder is, then the elbow, and then and the hook comes at the end of that, you're not really getting what the pose is because you end up with like too much distance here.
Yeah.
So oftentimes, like when you want to board a frame, and like, okay, basically like I want Smeed over here, and Hook's gonna be like right up in his face, but right in between them, I'm gonna put that hook. And the hook's going to be like you want to almost like draw the hook first. The important elements don't have to be connected as you're drawing them, right? That's the point I want it in a very bad way in this drawing, but so you sometimes want to so remember when we were doing that owl, and he was like, oops, figure eyes, but like he had like his hand, I would do this first. So I wouldn't even worry, like I wouldn't worry what's going on here. All I know is when I start drawing the board, I know I want this hand to be right here in relation to his face. And then I just kind of need to figure out, I guess I know
how to connect it all.
This and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So same thing with Hook and his hook. So one lesson to take from this is, like sometimes you want the eyes and you want to kind of know where the nose is because you're going to want to put like that hook right here. And then the other guy's like eye is going to be like right here, or whatever. I forget how his face is probably not supposed, but and then once you have that, actually it's kind of convenient here because however his face is, other screen turned off. What's convenient is that it's all behind him anyway, so you don't have to worry about it, and you can just have the hand coming out from there. But the point is to just make sure you're like focusing on the important elements first. And don't see when you're that was one of the reasons I wanted to say, when you're too worried about structure, you may end up having like less of a strong statement.
I see.
Because the elements that are important are the hook, the eyes, and just you can just like lay those down first to be maximally expressive, and then you connect it together after. Usually if I'm trying to do like an action thing, this is how I would approach it. It is kind of nice, I think, to get a sense of where he is just on the floor. Like it's interesting also in the animation they put a shadow under him. I think one of the reasons to do that is because
he has to stand as if he's making contact with the ground.
Making contact, exactly, because some of them you might have him leave the ground, and let's say his next pose was to kind of take off. Then you might want to show like, oh, he's like, he's off the ground, so you might have like the shadow, but with a gap there, right?
Yeah.
So that can be helpful. But yeah, so it's partly about also grounding him on the ground, and then you do have like a little bend in the knee here. You might just for the sake of clarity to show that this calf is angled backwards, you might want to put some cues. Little cues is cool. You don't want to have to draw all the clothes, but just some kind of cues, some cues of like the tilt of the torso, for example, the fact that he's in motion with this, that does that. Again, nice contact with the ground here, and actually I've drawn him too far forward, but I don't mind that. In reality, he's kind of doing more this, so I do a lot of this kind of just play around with it. I've already done a drawing, why bother
erasing it and redoing it again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can do that. And I notice in this pose that his he's, I could almost want to take that head. If you post this, it's going to be like, ew, he doesn't really know how to draw. But the point is, the thing I can't stand. You're an amazing drawer, you get everything right. It's how you use your eyes and your tools to get the drawing that you need there to be on the screen. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I really believe in that. I don't pretend to be, but you can say like, he's kind of pushing his shoulder down in relation to his head here.
Yeah.
So you got like, and then he's got this kind of gesture. But so just getting the expressiveness in there in that way. I'm trying to put as much expressiveness as I can in the body. Got the angle of the hand wrong, no problem. Give it a little twist, whatever. And voila. We don't waste time. I almost want a hand to flow right up from the body like that. But his isn't. It's different. But anyway. And then he's got this really cool kind of shaped head.
Yeah.
And then, of course, why did I forget the most important thing? You don't want to actually probably draw the hand before you draw the hook.
Yeah.
Because in this case, the real important thing is that he's using his hook as
the hand.
Oh my God, but it's a hook. And that's, there's a lot of really cute, like subtle humor in a lot of these, I think. Anyway, it could look, you could approach it like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd be a little bit more comfortable doing stuff like that. I haven't done it in a while because I've been all about developing a shorthand, and like it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, because my last mentorship, I had to.
This is shorthand, by the way.
Huh?
This is shorthand, by the way.
That's all a part of shorthand?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is shorthand. This is like, if if I was doing boards, like let's say I had done this whole sequence of, you know, poses, and I hand that in, people would be delighted. They'd be like if I had done like what the animator did and thought of all that animation and drawn it exactly like this, this is they're happier with that than for the character to look entirely on model and there be no communication of emotion. If you see what I mean. It's all about communicating the emotion.
Okay.
People love like if you can put funny acting and strong poses, and they would not want you to clean it up any more than what this is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think because I hang out with like, you know, some storyboarding friends, and their storyboards, they look very nice, but it's also like, that's too tight, that's too clean. Where's that rough good enough? What does that example look like?
Yeah, what is the character feeling? Like, can I look at that drawing and be like, oh my gosh, he's playing, like, to me it seems like he's acting histrionic, he's acting like melodramatically.
Yeah.
And you can totally tell. And I think that hopefully, if I show you this picture again, hopefully this is at least communicating the same feeling.
Yeah.
Right? And you're only putting the elements that need to be there for that. Yeah. So yeah, you see I've got all this messy, nasty stuff in here, and like it's not really precise, and I like adjusted things with Photoshop, slapped it together, and then, you know, you'd move on to the next pose. And you wouldn't have to, if you were boarding this scene, you wouldn't have to board all the acting. That's for the animator to do. But if you show the animator a drawing like this, animator will be like, oh, I get it. Like, that's how he's feeling. Like, I'll go ahead and riff off of that and animate.
Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to watch any more of my videos, either my book reviews, mentorships, episodes, or any of my other educational content or my free resources that I like to give to other artists out there, because learning by yourself on your own is hard as hell, and I like to mitigate any of that. And if you are also not in that position that you can afford college, free education is the best way to go about it. So I try to dedicate my entire YouTube channel to providing that. So yeah, if you guys like the video, remember, give it a like, share it, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and what you guys like to see in this channel, like some changes. I'm always open to suggestions. Remember, you guys are always improving, because you guys are actually looking for the improvement. So don't try to beat yourself up too much about it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.